The 40-Day Mirror, a journey through Jewish character. I'm Rabbi David Kadosh. Welcome to Day 5. Yesterday we talked about atzvut, the gloom that settles over a person when they forget to get up. Today we talk about the foundation that makes getting up possible. Today we talk about Bitachon, trust in God. And I want to begin with a confession. Bitachon is one of those words that gets thrown around so freely in Jewish life that has almost lost its edge. We say, Hashem Yishmor, Bezrat Hashem, it'll work out. And sometimes that reflects genuine deep trust. And sometimes, if we are being honest, it's just a reflex. A filler, a way of closing a conversation about something we find uncomfortable to sit with. Real bitachon is something far more demanding than a phrase, and far more liberating. The classic work on this subject is the Chovot HaLevavot, Duties of the Heart, written nearly 1,000 years ago. Rabbeinu Bachya devotes an entire section to bitachon and opens with a definition that is worth pausing on. He says, bitachon is a tranquility of the soul that comes from genuinely believing that Hashem is handling your affairs, and that whatever He arranges for you is the absolute best possible outcome, even when you cannot see it. Notice what he's saying. Bitachon is not optimism. Optimism says, I think things will work out well. Bitachon says, things are already in the hands of the one who knows what well actually means, and that knowledge produces not wishful thinking, but genuine inner calm. That's a completely different inner experience. But here's where it gets challenging, because many people confuse bitachon with passivity. If Hashem is handling everything, why do anything? Why make hishtadlut, any effort at all? Chazon Ish addresses this directly and beautifully. He says bitachon and hishtadlut are not intention. A person must make reasonable effort, that's his obligation, but the outcome of that effort is entirely in Hashem's hands. The farmer plants a seed, he does not make the rain fall. The mistake we make is that we invest our emotional security in the outcome rather than in the one who controls it. And so every time an outcome is uncertain, which is always, we are anxious. We are white-knuckling our way through life. Bitachon says, do your part with full effort, then release the outcome. Not because you don't care, but because you know who is holding it. There's a story told by Rabbi Yisrael Salanter, the father of the Musar movement, who once noticed a shoemaker working by candlelight very late in the night. Rabbi Yisrael asked him, why are you still working? The candle is almost finished. The shoemaker looked up and said simply, as long as the candle burns, it's still possible to repair. Rabbi Yisrael repeated that line to himself for days. As long as the candle burns, it's still possible to repair. He said it unlocked something in him about teshuvah and about bitachon. As long as Hashem keeps your candle burning, He is telling you something. He has not given up on the repair, and neither should you. That quiet confidence, my candle is still burning, therefore I am still held, is a heartbeat of bitachon. There's one more dimension that I want to touch on, because we are in Elul, and it's particularly relevant. The Alter Akelm points out that bitachon and fear are inversely related. The more genuine a person has in a more genuine trust a person has in Hashem, the less he fears other things. Less he fears other people's opinions, financial uncertainty, an unknown future. Fear, at its root, is always a bitachon deficiency. It's the soul saying, I'm not sure that Hashem in charge actually has this. These 40 days are an invitation to ask ourselves honestly, what am I afraid of? And then to trace that fear back to its root, which is almost a place where our trust has a crack in it. Cracks can be filled, and that's what Elul is for. So here's today's question for the mirror. Where in my life am I white-knuckling an outcome that I need to release? Not abandon, not stop caring about, but release. Place into hands far more capable than yours. The candle is still burning. That means you are still being held. This has been Day 5 of the 40-Day Mirror, a journey through Jewish character. Until tomorrow.